Dragons Rising has given us a lot of sets so far, which means even more minifigures, so in this video series, I'm going to be ranking them all from worst to best. Just some basic rules before we get started though, I don't count mask swaps or armor swaps as separate ninja suits, and also, I'm only going to be counting characters that actually appeared in Dragons Rising. So technically, take for example Cyrus Borg, he did come in the Ninjago City Markets, which is technically a Dragons Rising set, but I won't include him because he didn't actually show up in Dragons Rising. So let's get right into it. Starting off with number 80, I'm going to go over these first couple of minifigures pretty quickly, just because I feel they're a bit generic. At number 80, I have Blacksmith Kai. At number 79, I have Roby. And at number 78, I have Detective Zane. Now, my main problem with these minifigures is that they're just a bit generic, as I've said. They feel like just city minifigures that have Ninjago parts, like Ninjago headpieces or hair pieces. They all did come in Ninjago City sets, and Roby even came in the Tournament Temple City, so I mean, I guess that's understandable. Going on to number 77, we have Dr. LaRoe, and at 76, we have Dorama, and I feel like Lego kind of messed up on these minifigures a little bit. Dorama has a different shade of purple for his clothes in the show, and I don't know why Lego couldn't translate that properly, and Dr. LaRoe, I feel like she should have definitely had leg printing, or at least dual molded legs, and I can't really see, but it looks like her hairpiece is brown, which is not the way it's supposed to be. At number 75, I have Blecht. At number 74, I have Mr. Pale. Number 73, I have Tox. And at number 72, I have Camille. And that just about rounds it for like our generic city figures. Now, these ones are alright, but again, I feel like they just don't really fit into Ninjago, which is why I'm putting them here at the bottom of the list. Going on to 71, we have an actual Ninjago figure. We have the Wolf Mask Guard. Now, this one's just the Wolf Mask Warrior without the Wolf Mask. It's like a downgraded version that never appeared in the show, but I really feel like the Wolf Mask gave a lot of personality to these figures, and without the Wolf Mask, this Wolf Mask Guard just feels a bit forgettable in my opinion, which is why he's so low. Though, being forgettable, the same can be said for number 70 on our list, the Dragonian Scout. I feel like the torso and the legs on this guy just aren't all that great. The red and the gray just don't contrast as much. And the mohawk, I mean, it is cool, but all in all, this minifigure, I'm just not feeling it personally, which is why I put it a bit low. Going on now for numbers 67 to 69, I have the Dragon Power Suits for Kai, Nia, and Lloyd. Now, these are basically just torso and mask swaps from the merge suits, but I feel like they were different enough that I could include them. Now, these are alright minifigures, and I definitely love the torso and the mask printing, but as a result, I feel like these minifigures are just a little bit incoherent, with the torsos just not matching much with the armor and the mask and the legs. Like, these minifigures are just kind of a mess in my opinion, but not bad though. Going on to number 66, we have Storm Aaron from Dragons Rising Season 3, and this minifigure, I don't know, again, I'm just not feeling this figure. I feel like the gold and the orange, they just don't contrast enough and make this minifigure look a little bit bland. That isn't helped by the fact that there's gray, which again just gives this minifigure a super bland look. There's a random purple dragon on the torso, which feels a bit out of place in my opinion, and overall, I feel like this minifigure just doesn't manage its colors well, which is why I'm going to be putting it down here on this list. Now going on to numbers 59 to 65, I have the merge suits for Jay, Zane, Kai, Lloyd, Cole, Aaron, and Nia. Now the merge suits are definitely my least favorite suits so far from Dragons Rising. I like their simplicity on one hand, but on the other hand they just feel too simple, and they just feel a little bit bland in my opinion. The way they did the colors, they just don't contrast too much, and these minifigures are just a little bit boring in my opinion. The armor pieces I think are really cool. The mask I don't know what to think about, but I think the torso and the legs just being a little bit bland definitely kind of ruined these figures for me. Jay and Zane are definitely my favorite though, just because I feel like the colors work the best on these minifigures, and Nia and Aaron are my least favorites, because again I feel like the use of gray on Nia makes her look a little bit bland, and on Aaron, he basically has just two different colors which aren't all that vibrant in my opinion. Going on to number 58, I have the Dragonian Warrior, and this one is different from the Dragonian Scout, and it's so much better in my opinion. The dragon helmet piece, I think, adds a lot to this minifigure and makes him look a lot cooler. And he also has like these flyers out back that give him wings, and I think that also adds to this minifigure. I think the use of cool molded pieces that add on to this minifigure just make it better than the other minifigures that we've seen so far. But yeah, I do have some of the same complaints side for the Dragonian Scout. I think that the torso and the legs aren't all that great, but I think that the molded headpiece more than makes up for it. Going on to number 57, I have the Temple Guard from the tournament Temple City, and this one from the torso up is a pretty fantastic minifigure in my opinion. I like that molded piece that they used for like the mask or something. The armor piece is okay, and I think that the torso was done pretty well. It gives him a nice robotic look. All gold color scheme is definitely a plus, but I feel like the legs not having any printing definitely takes away from this minifigure. And overall, this one, it's not super generic, but I don't think it's super detailed either, which is why I'm going to be putting it here. Going on to number 56, I have the Wildfire from Dragon's Rising Season 2. And Wildfire, I don't know what to think about her really. I can accept that she is a pretty good minifigure. Like, I like the use of colors. She definitely isn't boring looking or bland. I think the armor fits on her pretty well. I like the all new hairpiece, but at the same time, I don't think she does anything all too new or all too cool. All in all, I feel like this one's just an alright minifigure. She doesn't do anything too extraordinary to make me put her above this spot on the list. Going on to number 55, we have Storm Aaron. Again, I did say that I wouldn't include mask swaps as separate suits, but I feel like in this case, the mask swap adds so much to this suit, which is also what puts him like nearly 10 spots ahead of the last one. I think that the mask actually being like gunmetal gray this time just makes the suit feel a whole lot more cohesive, because now the dark gray on the suit doesn't feel bland and out of place. Again, I feel like this suit just ties a lot better together than the previous Storm Aaron. I think that he does look pretty nice. Going on to number 54, we have Wildfire from Dragon's Rising Season 1. And Wildfire, I mean, I think she's alright. Again, similar to the last Wildfire we saw, I don't think she does anything too new or too fantastic, but I like her hairpiece. I like that little crescent thing. I believe that piece first came in Monkey Kid, and I think it was used pretty well on this Wildfire. I like the sand green robes that contrast well with the little bits of red on her outfit. Overall, I think that this is a pretty solid minifigure, so I'm going to be putting it here in number 54. Now going on to numbers 47 to 53, here I have the Source Tournament suits for Nia, Sora, Aaron, Kai, Lloyd, Zane, and Cole. Nia is definitely my favorite out of these Source Tournament suits, just because I feel the shade of blue they used is just kind of vibrant, and I just think she looks the best, and it mixes the best with the gold in my opinion. Sora I think is also looking really nice. I'm a huge fan of Sora's color scheme, and I think they definitely did her justice with this suit. Aaron I think is also pretty good. I didn't like him at first, but he's kind of grown on me. Kai, Lloyd, Zane, and Cole, I think all of them are pretty alright. Like, I don't have too much to say on them. And all in all, I think that these Source Tournament suits are probably the best sleeveless designs that we've gotten in Ninjago so far. But I think I'm going to end the video here. I don't want it to become too long. We've seen just over 30 minifigures, and I promise I'll go more in depth with the next couple of videos. But for this video, I just had a lot to go over, and a lot of these minifigures were pretty generic in my opinion. So that's going to do it for this video. Let me know what you think down in the comments below and subscribe.